republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Veterans, all veterans, play ball, please stand up. Fire department people, please stand up. Police officers. Thank you. Okay, we usually have the vice president talk first, but he's not here. But some of the things that the vice president did is, if you look at all the equipment around here, he did all that. We appointed him, to do it. Took all the old equipment out, did all the plumbing. He had help, but he got a team together, and it took him quite a while to do that because they sent the wrong equipment, then he had to get some of the equipment back, and it was terrible. He got it done. The saw room, he's still working kind of on the saw room. There's one 24-inch saw that
Rush.
Oh, the Rush is fixing yet, but once he gets the 24-inch saw done, we're gonna have 3 24 inches. Oh, how many? 12 inches or 13 inches?
We got an 18 too.
18 inches, and it's gonna be enough saws for everybody. Secretary. Secretary, want to give a report on anything? Nothing? Trustees, any trustees in here?
I'm here.
Oh, Becky, you want to talk about the trustees? Communications, where's the rest of that here? Membership, we're desperately looking for a membership person. Mainly what the membership person has to do is just kind of type things into a computer. I mean, I do it, but kids call me a woodpecker, just like that. It would take me half a day to do one.
I can help. I did it last year.
Okay, come talk to us when you're done.
That's the girl right there.
Then the old membership person, Lynette, she's working on we're trying to update this computer too. We can update it so right now it goes from this computer to that computer to that computer. And we want it just to go from this computer to that computer. And that's expensive. You have to excuse me, I got all messed up here. I was back in the great state of Wisconsin for a while and just got back Monday. I hear some people from Minnesota. Oh. We don't want to talk about that. Mitch Lee, where are you?
I'm over here.
Oh, that guy over there, he's gonna take over the classes. We were looking desperately for someone to take over the classes. But he's gonna, if you look on the website and stuff, watch the website for the classes. And he's gonna put stuff back here and out on the bulletin board out there for classes. And most of the classes are free, I should say, pretty much free, but sometimes you have to buy your own stuff, like if you Tim, you could do wire wrapping yet? You have to put some of the wire wrapping you have to buy and stuff, but if you ever want to do wire wrapping, this is the young lady to get in touch with.
I'll be addressing that.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
Okay. But she'll be addressing that. Okay, let's see. Shows. We got a show coming up, March. Tom isn't here. Tom used to be a guy that did the shows, but he wants to move on. He's desperately looking for somebody to do the show that's coming up March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. This year we want to try a 3-day show because we're not having a fall show. It's no fall show, just a spring show. But then we're talking about having a cover for that fall show. We're talking about having some shows right out here where the members can sell their stuff, but we'd advertise around the community. So it would be a 2-day show right out here in the parking lot.
Good
So,
idea.
and it's going to help the members. It's going to help us, and we've been having, and we used to have the shows at Chisholm High School. We've been having a heck of a time with them. So we had to move the show to Mesa Community College. And we found out the last show we had there was
A catastrophe.
faster and a heck of a lot nicer. A lot more room and everything, so.
Jerry, they have dates for the show here?
It's the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of March.
March.
And that's when we need help. That's when they need help. We only ask for 1 day, 4 hours a day. You know, if you wanna do 3 days, that's okay. But you know, that's kind of, been the will. What else do we have? Adam?
We mean,
At the show.
we have lots of, we got the rocks, the egg cartons, I mean, there's lots of stuff we're gonna need help at. We're gonna have it out here, look, Gary.
We're gonna have one show out here just for the members. The members are gonna we're gonna put the shows on, but the members are gonna be with the tables. And we're gonna advertise around, that's gonna be around end of November, or around November, end of November, December, somewhere in there. We haven't quite decided.
So we're not gonna have the regular fall, the show out there.
No,
We're not, we do it in spring.
in the spring, the spring show is gonna be a 3-day show.
We'll probably do it the same thing, and then we'll set up, we'll have egg cartons, we'll have mean trees, we'll have Wheel of Fortune, we'll have selling the rocks, so.
Selling the rocks.
There's a lot of volunteer opportunities.
You need security too?
Security, yeah, especially for guys in black hats like that.
We need a whole bunch of people to help put on the show.
But yeah.
Hey, we got security right here. Yeah, we gotta talk to that guy next. Oh, you should have never stood up. I'm kind of lost on this one. Kids Halloween.
That's that spooktacular that Kim does at, what's the name of that high school that grade school that she goes to?
This is on here.
She said she needs about 6 more volunteers.
Yeah.
It's on Thursday the 26th.
This is not, it's not on 26th, it's only on 26th. What time?
4:30 to 7.
4:30 to 7?
Yeah, 7 to 4:30, then about 7.
Okay.
So 2 weeks, Thursday the 26th.
Does anybody have Kim's telephone number if anybody's right off the bat? This is Thursday night. Which kid is it?
Kim Keller County.
Apparently it's not that one. Should be AJR&GC, that's all I got.
I will be sending out an email to the members through Sign Up Genius for people who want to volunteer for the STEM night at Shepherd Junior High in Mesa. It's a lot of fun.
It is.
Yeah.
And Kim really appreciates the help. Okay, membership. Membership is up to 540 right now. So it's getting up there.
Yay!
Shop manager, Russ, you got any comments?
I haven't been able to be around much. I stopped in here for a day or two. I got a problem. My mother is not in very good shape, and I'm watching her phone. But I've been keeping tabs. Today I got a shock. I got 6 machines down. I got to get in here and work on. So I'll be in here tomorrow. I've got a few small things to do on the big machine, and then we're going to roll it in and put it on the pan in the spot we got in there. That's a 24-inch saw, and it's a monster. We had to wait thanks to Alan, we've come up with a brilliant idea of putting counterweights in the back, because that lid was going to cut your hand off. So we got that working, and I haven't got much to do on it. We'll have it running. Got new rules for in here and out there, and we put new lights on those, I put new lights on those, we may get for the rest of them. But, everybody seems to like them. Make sure you check with your monitor as far as the watering is concerned, make sure it's dripping just right and not too much, not too little. That's all I got.
And these new machines, all you need is kind of a drip, and it works pretty good. A lot of people don't want to turn it on too high, you got water splashing all over the place. So, but Russ is doing a heck of a job. Thank you, Russ.
Thank you.
Field trip.
We'll get you doing one.
What?
Dan, you want to wait till last stuff? Silver stuff, Vicky, talk about silver stuff.
Just a quickie, you can see we finally got our shop kind of established. We were hoping to be able to use the building that we purchased, but the city of Apache Junction has been very difficult to work with, so we're going to sell that building, and we're going to have silversmithing established in here. I have sign-up sheets up here for 2 days a week, Thursday afternoons, which that class is full at this point, but I've got some alternate names down in case somebody cancels. And Saturday mornings from 9 to 12. Somebody had some questions about the fees. It's $36 for the membership. We will prorate the membership for this year, so it would be $3 a month for November and December. There's a $3 an hour charge while you're in the class using the equipment, and a very modest metals fee, $5 to $6, unless you decide to work in silver, and then that will be prorated as far as market value goes. So any questions beyond that, let me know, but I hope you all give us a whirl.
You need us to send you your information for signing up?
I've got it all right here, the sign-up sheets here. I am not going to use the online sign-up feature for this class because I get people signing up here and I get people signing up online and I don't know who's where, so I'm doing it here. I'm old-fashioned.
Another question, are we doing both beginner and intermediate, or are we doing?
There will be an intermediate class, but I think it will be in December, not right now. I need to get some beginner people going. Anything else?
Is it okay to take the beginner if there's room in the class again?
Sure.
Okay.
Saturday still has some spaces open.
Okay.
Vicky's been doing one heck of a job. Like we've been having one heck of a problem with Apache Junction. We do this, then we have to do this. We do this, and we have to do something else. Then we got 5 or 6 things done. Oh no, you have to do this. And it just, Vicky's been trying for a good year and a half.
Yeah.
We've been trying to do everything Apache Junction tells us to do. Finally, we just gave up. The last thing they wanted us to do was plant trees out there.
Can you imagine?
Plant
Can you
trees
imagine?
around
If you
the
look at
fence.
those trailers behind us, how ugly they are, and they thought our building was ugly.
They want us to plant trees to hide the buildings. But then they said, well, the trees take 5 years to grow. I'm thinking, they want us to wait 5 years and then do the, so we just kind of gave up. We think we've got the trailer sold now, but have to wait and see. If we get it sold, then we're gonna go use the money, probably try and talk to Apache Junction one more time. I want everything written down, what we have to do. The last time we didn't have things, we kind of trusted them and stuff, but this time it's good, everything's gonna be written down and probably have an attorney even look at it and see what we can do. But Vicky's been sticking with it. She's doing a lot.
I'm stubborn.
Yeah. But thank you, Vicky. Okay, Kim, would you like to, where'd you go? Go back there. Talk about your.
On the 26th.
So we just talked about it, but you have to refresh it.
Oh, okay, 26th, there's a spooktacular at Shepherd's Junior High. And we've been invited back. We've been there before, and we've been invited back. It's a STEM night for the junior high. And we're gonna have Dan with the fluorescent tent, and we're gonna show rocks and give out rocks. Oh, you're going? Okay, good. And we need some volunteers. I need maybe 5 or 6 more volunteers. Linda's gonna help me get a sign up genius going, and so look for that if you're able to come volunteer.
It's so much fun.
It is fun.
It really is.
Oh, yes. I believe we're gonna start setup at 4:30, and I think it goes till 7 or 8. Okay, and then just whenever we're finished taking down, so it takes about 20-30 minutes to take down. So.
Are you in need of a special material or anything?
Some what?
Or need a special rocks and materials?
If you have special rocks that you'd like to show and that you trust kids to touch, because it will be touched, by all means, bring them. So, thanks.
Kev, this Kev.
Okay, first thing, unfortunately, we're having some technical difficulties with our case here, so this evening, unfortunately, we're only having gift certificates instead of actually bringing out some of the jewelry. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna have 12 drawings for gift certificates. The first 10 are going to be for your saw cuts, $10 off of whatever product. The 11th call is going to be for 2 golden tickets, and the 12th call is going to be a free 2024 club membership. So there will be 12 drawings, just in that order. First 10 are going to be random, and you're going to get to see the gift certificate this time. For those of you who've been here before, you know, you just had to pick one, and whatever you got, you got. So you are going to be able to just pick whichever gift certificate you want, except for the golden ticket or your membership.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Can you explain the golden tickets for the people that haven't been before?
I will.
Dan, I was gonna say, where's Dan? Please, Dan, could you explain it to them? Could you do it right now?
When I do my thing,
When you do, okay, we'll let Dan do it. Okay. We did put some new pricing on the raffles. We did always have it $1 each or 6 for 5, but we did up the ante for 15 for 10. So thank you for those of you that participated in that this evening. As far as classes go, I know some of you have been wondering what happened to the wire wrapping classes, when are they starting again? They won't be starting here, not until we get a classroom. I just cannot talk to people when things are running. I want it a little bit quieter so I can walk around the table and help people out. So what I'm gonna offer for the club members is off-site. It's 11 miles from here. It is my studio. It is in Gold Canyon, so it's about 15 minutes from here. My class is small. It's gonna be 4 people. I'm gonna have all different kinds of classes. We're gonna do basic wire rings. We're gonna do cab wrapping. We're gonna do cab weaving. And yes, there is a big difference between wrapping and weaving. Hoop earrings. Hoop earrings. We'll learn how to do all kinds of fastening, your hooks for your earrings, hooks for bracelets. We're gonna do bracelets, any kind of thing you could possibly imagine with wire. I'll probably have a class for it. So if you're interested, you can come see me after the meeting tonight. If you don't have time to talk with me, my business card is up here, take it, text me, call me, email me, whatever convenient for you. There is going to be a cost for this class. I will be supplying everything. You will be getting all the wire. You will be getting the use of a brand new kit that has every implement that you need to get everything done. You get one-on-one personal attention from me, whether you want it or not. And you get 2 to 3 hours of just hanging out in a nice, comfortable, air-conditioned room with a couple of your besties. But I have to say, when you are asking, if you are gonna ask your friends or family, my home, my studio, and the bathroom is not handicap accessible. So if you are asking someone, please kind of keep that in mind, unfortunately. I will work on that, but I just can't do it right now. And that's pretty much about it. We're not having the fall show, so I'm not gonna ask for volunteers. but keep me in mind for the spring show, because hospitality is gonna need a couple people to bring beverages around to our vendors. Okay? So we love seeing for all you that are back now. Thank you for coming back and being with us again this year. Appreciate it.
Okay, Dan,
So we can have the drawing.
after everything.
Okay. Most of you know by now that we've had several opportunities to go to San Carlos, the Indian reservation east of Globe, to get peridot. Currently, the tribal council won't let non-tribal members like us go into the quarries, but the miners, the peridot miners, can bring it out to us. I've got a supply of things over here. That if you're interested in any of the peridot crystals, the peridot miner that we deal with, his name is Keith Goody. He's not a wealthy man, and so when he gets a flat tire, he needs to sell some peridot just to buy a tire. In fact, the other day his wife told him to go sell his truck, so maybe he can save his truck. Some of the, just on eBay, one large crystal, one single crystal, the average pricing was between $40 and $50. One little crystal, big one single crystal. And there's a bag over there with several in it. The whole bag goes for $50. So I know it's money, if you can. Field trip schedule. Gentleman in the green shirt.
Yes.
There's 5 things of papers over there. Would you flip them over for me? Right over here where he's at, there are 5 different handouts. I flipped them over so that they wouldn't all be gone by the time I was speaking. One of them is the general field trip schedule between now and the end of the year. So October, November, December. It just says the date, where we're going, and what we're collecting. That's all it says on one page, and you get the whole 3 months. Then the other 4 are the next 4 field trips. I know some of you are brand new. I intended these for you. Some of you are not getting emails or don't get emails, but these are for you to get for the handout. So when we break up, you're welcome to go over there and take what you like. There was a comment about a golden ticket. Most of you know what a golden ticket is. I'll show you one. The full name is a field trip golden ticket. When somebody in the club does something that we in leadership really appreciate, you get a golden ticket for a variety of reasons. And I just thought somebody that would volunteer to take care of membership. And you might ask, okay, what do you do with a golden ticket? When we have some of our field trips, we are limited on how many people can go by a mine or working mines. They'll say, oh, okay, you can only take 20 people or 40 people, and we do, and so we'll have a contest to see who gets to go. And during when we have a contest, you can, if you choose to, say, I got it. You can wave your golden ticket, says, I don't want to do the contest, I'm going. And you can cash your golden ticket in. So that's what it's for. By the way, is Robert Wallace here?
Yes.
Come on up. Is Joe Chott here? Robert, you may not remember, but a few months ago, you gave me a referral to John Brownwood. And that has resulted, we are now gonna be able to go to a field trip site that he'll take us to.
Cool.
So, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
All right, perfect. To introduce our guest speaker tonight, I'm going to do this a little unusual. That's my name, unusual. I'm gonna have you do a little guessing game. I'm gonna name some songs, and as soon as you start to figure out who I'm talking about, just raise your hand. Kathy's Clown. All I Have to Do Is Dream. Bye Bye Love. Bebop Balula. Anybody know who I'm talking about? What did I hear? The Everly Brothers. Don and Phil Everly. Those are some of their songs. Now, one of their songs was called Wake Up Little Susie. Wake up. All right. Our guest speaker tonight, her last name is not Everly, but it's Emberly. They must be your fourth cousins or something.
The Everlys?
The Everly Brothers. And they must have written this song just for you. Wake Up Little Susie. Our guest speaker tonight is Susan Emberly.
You get her woke up?
Say that again?
Said you get her woke up?
Yeah.
Susan
I'm awake.
is originally from California. She's lived here in Arizona now for 12 years. She's been in retail management for 50 plus years. Currently works for the Four Peaks Mining Company.
Oh, I've talked to her.
Some of you know what that means. About 30 miles northeast of here, as the bird flies, there is a big mountain called Four Peaks Mountain. And on that mountain is a world famous amethyst mine. And we're gonna hear something about that tonight. And Susan works for the company that owns that mine. You have a choice of hiking in 4 miles, and then they may not let you in. Probably won't let you in. Or you can take a helicopter ride for $500 per person. I know some in our club have done that. Who?
I'm going Saturday, a week from tomorrow. Week from Saturday.
Great. Well, Susan Emberly has come tonight. We've invited her to come and speak to us. There should be time when she finishes that you can gather around her and ask her questions and see if she'll give you a free helicopter ride.
No golden ticket.
Can I go?
Yeah. Maybe.
Well, Susan, come on up. The time is yours. Let's give her a
Thank you. I didn't know what he was doing. He was asking me all this information. Does anybody ever call you Susie? And do you answer to it? Only my dad calls me Susie, and I don't answer to it. But no, I do answer to it. So thank you for having me. I know some of you have heard about Four Peaks Mining Company. I don't know if you've been into our store. I am the general manager of Four Peaks Mining Company store at the boardwalk in Scottsdale on Via de Ventura, where the aquarium is. And I opened the store because I met the owner of the mine, Kurt Cavanaugh, and I was working for Butterfly Wonderland at the time, and he brought in some really sweet little butterflies that he had made from his amethyst. And we got to know each other. And one of the days when the mine tours weren't full, the helicopters weren't full, he invited me to go up to the mine. And I was so excited. I just couldn't believe, A, the beauty of what was going on up there, and B, that nobody really knew about. Hardly anybody knows that we do mine tours up there. Hardly anybody knows that the Four Peaks mine has some of the highest quality amethyst in the world. It's the only commercially mined amethyst mine in the United States. And it produces an amethyst that has what they call a flash of Siberian red in it, that it gets from a high iron content in the soil. There's only 2 mines in the world that have Siberian red, and it's ours and the one in Siberia. And we've been told that the one in Siberia is closed, that they're not mining it anymore. So I don't know if it's mined out per se. Our mine will never run out of amethyst. The fourth peak literally is a giant, if you can picture it, a giant geode. So it looks like this inside. And you'll get to come up and look at it. But the ceiling, everywhere you look, amethyst inside our mine forms in veins because the mine itself is a geode. So it doesn't form in geodes, it forms in crystals. So when you go into the mine, this is a really good example. This is a lot of the tailings, but it forms in crystals. We would cut these crystals out and we literally take them off the mountain in the belly of the helicopter. We'll tumble them in cement mixers in Tempe, and when we come down to pieces like this, these pieces get sent to Indonesia, and they get cut into the gemstones that we sell in the store. So my purpose with Kurt is to brand the Four Peaks Amethyst line and sell his Four Peaks jewelry. He has a website also. We have cards here. So he sells his jewelry on the website. There's history back here. But we also do, and I just started taking this on 3 years ago, we do tours up to the mine. And you're going. You get to meet Kurt. He doesn't always get
have
to.
already.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Spoke at the
Oh,
museum.
you at the
So I met
museum.
him there twice, yeah.
He does Superstition Mountain Museum. Some of you may have seen him up there. He gives a talk there every year. The first time I was there 7 years ago with him, 800 people showed up.
Yes.
Yeah, 800 people to hear him talk. And they come year after year, and it's the same story.
Yep.
The mine, it doesn't change. The mine itself is very small. It is only accessible by helicopter, and all the mining is done by hand. So we use screwdrivers to chisel out each crystal. Because it's quartz based, it's very fragile, and you can't go in with any kind of heavy machinery or anything like that. So the mine itself isn't a whole lot bigger even than this room. You'll see. At my store over at the aquarium there, that I have a replica of the mine that you get to walk through, and it's very close to the actual shape and size of the mine. So it's pretty amazing. The mine itself was found in the late 1800s by gold miners that were up there looking for gold. They found, it was 2 brothers, they were up there with pack mules. They found quartz. Quartz, as you know, can be a precursor to gold or a precursor to amethyst. They staked the claim assuming that it was gold. And when they realized it was just amethyst, they abandoned the mine. And it sat unclaimed till about 1925. In 1925, someone bought it. They owned it for about 4 or 5 years. Long story short, Kurt is now the current owner, Kurt Cavanaugh. He's owned it for 26 years. And people ask all the time, well, how do you become the owner of a mine? And the reality is he's not a gemologist, he's not a geologist, he's a junior geologist and kind of likes it. He put himself through college in New Jersey, he lives in New Jersey, put himself through college making and selling jewelry at trade shows, fairs, like street shows, flea markets, things like that. And he's been making jewelry ever since, but he was at the Rock and Mineral Show in Tucson. And he was, I don't know if you guys have been there, but they have big tents and big picnic tables, and you go get your food and everybody just sits around with everybody else. He was sitting there with his buddies, And he overheard some of the current owner of the mine saying that he owned this mine up in the Four Peaks Mountains, and he was really sick and tired of it, and he wanted to sell it. And Kurt turned around, and he now owns the mine for 26 years. So it's pretty amazing. It's not a moneymaker by any means. The only way that we even keep it open is by doing these mine tours, and the cost of the mine tours basically just pays for the helicopter fuel. The fuel is crazy expensive. But like I said, we do private tours and we do public tours. We have a public tour coming up on the 21st of October. And she's going, she has the golden ticket. And you get to fly. We have a private ranch out on the Beeline Highway, and we're gonna show a film of it. So you can see actually going up into the mine. It's really pretty awesome. So we have a private ranch out in the Beeline Highway. You meet out at the private ranch. It's about a 15-minute helicopter ride up to the mine. And then you hike up into the mine, and you get to mine for amethyst and keep everything that you find. So everybody comes out with at least a 1-gallon bag. When we're done, don't rush up here, but you all get to take home a piece of amethyst. Some of this I dug out of the mine myself. I'm usually not inside the mine digging, but some of the best amethyst is found on the ground on the outside because of the tailings. The current location the current entrance that we're working on right now is actually the 3rd entrance. So we've had 2 entrances collapse from rock slides. We had huge fires up there 3 years ago, the bushfires everybody talks about, and all the Four Peaks Mountains burned. When they burned, we lost our cabin, we lost our miners' equipment, we lost everything outside the mine, melted to the ground. So it took us a couple of years to get as much off as we could and rebuild the mine. And there's a lovely new cabin up there now, and a watershed, and we have solar power. So you know everything's brought in. It's the mine claim is 20 acres. So it's a lot of the 20 acres you can't even walk on because it's so rugged up there. But we can go in as deep as we want and down as deep as we want. And the mine itself is up at about 6,800 feet. So we can go down all the way. And the quartz at the base of the mountain is 1.63 billion years old. And so millions of years ago, all of Arizona was underwater. And so you can see when you're up at the mine, you can see the actual striations of how the mountains, these quartz crystals, with the introduction of manganese, magnesium, and iron through the erosion, sat on top of the sandstone and quartz and created silica, and then quartzite, and then it fractured and fractured and fractured and fractured, and as it fractured, the Four Peaks Mountains grew. And inside grew this amethyst, forms this amethyst. And it's the perfect storm. I mean, amethyst is purple quartz, but with the magnesium, the manganese, and then this large amount of iron that's up there, and then a ton of heat, which obviously we have, you turn the quartz to purple amethyst. It's pretty fun, yeah. So once again, we have the mine, and we run the mine tours. We have the store. We sell rocks and minerals. I know some of you guys have been in even to see the rocks and minerals. We have them from all over the world. And we've just bought a couple of collections from people that have older men, not as old as you guys, older men, passed away. And they had these huge collections. And I'm sure you guys have run into this. And their kids don't want them. So we were lucky enough to inherit basically 2 giant collections of rocks and minerals that have been collected since the 50s. And you know, there's little teeny specimens with little teeny pieces of paper on it, and it tells the date and where they got it. Sometimes what it is, not always what it is, and we have to figure out what it is and then price it, and we sell it in the store along with the jewelry. We sell the jewelry in sterling silver. We also sell it in 14 karat white gold, yellow gold, and rose gold. When you do the tours, you get a $50 gift certificate to come spend in the store. Yeah, so you get to come by dinner. It's fun. So I'm gonna show the video and then we can answer, I can answer questions. I'm not a rock and mineral person, so I can't always answer. You guys probably know a lot more than I do, but I do run the tours. So I'm up and down on the mountain a lot, and I hike it 5 times a day, no, 15 times a day with 5 trips. So I'm up there looking around. The only thing we've ever found up there is amethyst. There's clear quartz up there. We have found a tiny bit of smoky quartz, tiny bit, but that's all we've ever found up there in the mine. Solid amethyst.
This looks nice.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. So do you want to turn the lights off, or will you see it with the lights? Yeah. I'll turn all the lights off, so I'm not going to do that. I won't know which ones to turn. Can you see it? You might not have to turn the lights off. So this is a woman that went up to the mine. Her name is Diana Hessen, and she's an amazing artist. Some of you might know her. She does beautiful art here in Arizona, and she went up to the mine. That's her in the front seat. That was Kurt, that one of mine.
It's the oldest exposed rock in Arizona other than the bottom layer of the ground. It's discussed that it's not something we tunnel it, and then when we tunnel it, it's a individual piece of it. And we look at it apart and see is there something.
That's what you're walking on as you go up to the mic.
And you can pick it up.
Yeah, that's the jump. You get to pick that.
Look at the sparkle.
Gorgeous, thank you.
No. And I didn't even know that what mine was. And I was screaming the whole time, like out of excitement. I was just like, oh my God. And then I realized when I got up there that everybody could hear everything I was saying because we all were. And the pilot was like, he's my best friend now. But he was excited that I was screaming. I was just having the best time. It was so awesome. So we will take a ton of amethyst out of the mine a year. Out of a ton of amethyst, we'll be lucky to get that many gemstones. Wow. That's why I say it's not profitable. It costs so much money for all the permitting and the miners and everything up there, and to get it off the mountain and then send it, and it will, what will happen is we'll get it down to this, and then we'll send it to Indonesia. They'll cut it, they'll send it back to Kurt in New Jersey, and he'll either set the jewelry himself, or he'll marry it to a new setting, send it back to Indonesia again, and then it comes back to my store where I sell it. So it goes around the world a couple times too. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Question?
How many miners work out there?
1.5 or 2. And I say that because Mike, the miner who has worked for Kurt for 25 years, his wife is the half, and she just goes up there mostly to cook for him and you know, keep the place clean. And she's actually turned into quite the miner. She's found some veins that are pretty amazing up there. So they started going down, but the problem with going down is you can't get it back out again. And literally a couple, maybe I think 3 or 4 years ago, she was pulling stuff up, and you have to climb up the stairs or use a pulley, and then put it in a wheelbarrow and wheelbarrow it outside where we process it, which is where a lot of these tailings and stuff come from. And now she was pulling it out, the wheelbarrow tipped over, and she got a hernia, and we had to evac her out of there. And so she does some of the mining, but not a whole lot of it. And the truth is, right now we're looking for a new miner, because Mike, the miner, is having health issues. And so now we're just doing the public tours and the private tours. We're not really mining too much when we go up there. It's so prolific. There's so much amethyst up there that sometimes if you get a really good pocket, you can pull it out with your hand. It's soft, if you get in a soft spot of it. There's hematite in there. The sandstone and the bigger rocks we have to jackhammer out. And then behind that hopefully will be a vein. But I've been in there digging with clients up there, and I've found a couple veins just recently. And we need to get someone that can go in there with the big jackhammers and get those big rocks out and make some bigger spots for it right now. And then, you know, build up, shore it up, and all that kind of stuff. Because it's all on one level, except for one corner that's going down. Yes?
How long are you mining for?
When you're on the tours, about 90 minutes.
That's good.
We do it September, October, November, and then we have to shut down because of weather. And then we do them again March, April, May. So we can't fly in the heat of the summer because the helicopters can't take off because of the thermals. Last year I went up in the end of November on a private tour, and it snowed the night before. And I asked, the pilot was fine with, can we go up, and that he was willing to, and the people were fine with going up too. When you do it, I mean, it was incredible because we landed on the mountain and there was not a footprint anywhere. Nobody had ever walked on that snow, and it was so incredibly gorgeous and deafeningly quiet. And we got to hike up into the mine. Fortunately, I was with them so I could show them where the trail is. Otherwise, you just fall off the side of the mountain. But you don't get to pick up. I know. I was kind of scared. Let me go first. That's me at the bottom. You don't get to see the tailings on the outside of the mine because they're covered in snow. So we did that in November. Then I started them in the end of February last year, and there was still snow. Not last year, this year. There was still snow in February this year up on the mountain. So we're not gonna risk it this year. We're just gonna start them in March, and hopefully everything will be melted. Or at least the snow will be mostly melted.
So they don't see a financial advantage to cleaning up all those tailings and marketing them?
No, because we have to fly them out in the belly of the helicopter. The helicopter costs $1,200, a trip. So that's the money. And if I do sell it in the store, but that's it where, we want the people that go up on the tours to get the best primo stuff and to get the best stuff inside the cave as well. But it's just, no. I mean, I can't sell it for that much. I do sell them in the store. I do sell some really nice pieces that have gemstone quality pieces that have gems inside of them in the store. And even here, a lot of the stuff has gemstones in it. And Kurt will say, you know, he'll put it like this piece right here is amazing. He'll put a flashlight up to it, and that's how you can tell whether there's anything in there or not. And you know, oh, there's a 1 carat, or there's 4 pavés, or there's something in there. So there's literally gem quality amethyst in almost every piece you pick up. But it's everywhere. You saw, as you're walking up, it's all, the trail is all solid amethyst. Well, that's what happened the first time I did it. Not only was I screaming on the way up there, but I had cargo pants on, and the baseball hat, right? And I'm walking up, and they don't tell me don't pick up stuff there, that there's better stuff up top. So I'm filling my pocket. And I took my hat off, and I had a fanny pack on, and I'm filling my fanny pack, and I filled my hat, and I could barely get up the steps. And then I get up to the top, and I emptied it all out. Because it was, yeah, nuts. It's everywhere. And I was just up in September. We had a public tour in September, and it had rained so much that it opened everything up, and there was so much amethyst, it was insane. You couldn't carry it all. There's no way you can carry it all. It's just all amethyst. The mountain is a giant geo. It's crazy. I know. Yeah.
I heard a long time ago that people used to be able to hike up somewhere near there and pick up amethyst and stuff, but that's not allowed anymore. Is that part of the...
Well, you can hike. We used to offer hike-in tours. Like you said, you can start at. You have to start at the first peak, and hike all the way across, and it's 4 hours in and then 4 hours out. And you used to pay to hike in, but because of the bushfires, there was no vegetation up there when everything burnt to the ground. And then we had tons of rain, and there were rock slides, and the trail just doesn't exist. And the scariest part, because someone just went up about 3 weeks ago and tried the hike. And most of the trail is there until you get to right below where the mine is. And there's a big thing in the middle of the 3rd and 4th peaks. There's a big gully, and that's gotten much, much wider with rock slides. And it's all loose. And so to come from where the gate is that locks people out of the property, to go from there up to the mine is really not safe. It's really scary. So we just don't open it up to hikers anymore. And sure, people hike the 4 peaks all the time. And I think of all the times that I've been up at the mine, I've probably been 9 times where we've been actually up there working or running tours, and people have walked from the 4th peak, in between the 3rd and 4th peak, from the back of the mountain down into the mine. Not into the mine, but into the property. We were sitting there, Kurt was sitting there smoking a cigar at the end of the day, having a great time, and we look over, and there's 4 people hiking right down the middle of the property. And we're going, hey, this is private property. I know, we're just trying to get home. Yeah, at 8,000 feet, you're trying to get home. You better move fast. Yeah. I mean, a long time ago, we hear all kinds of stories. But like some of the original owners used to be up there with guns, and they used to shoot at you. And someone leased the land up there. There's all different versions of this story, but someone subleased the deed, the property or whatever, and tried to build a tractor up there. Had most of a tractor up there, backhoe. And he actually cleared what is the landing pad, and then he cleared what is the place where the area where the house is, the little shed, and started to do a bunch of other stuff, and started to try to go up the hill, and started rolling down the hill, and lost the track. There's still 2 pieces of track up there, and it was a leased backhoe, and he never paid off the lease for the backhoe. The people just never got their warranty. So yeah, that's one story up there. There's one of the largest populations of black bear is on the 4th peak, and so one time, quite a few times, there's been bears on the trail as they're hiking in, because the miners used to hike in. They would hike in and stay for 3 weeks at a time, and then we would helicopter them supplies, and then they would hike out again. But there's been bear on the trail, and it's prevented them from going. And then the one time a bear got in before we gated it off. A bear got in and was hibernating inside.
I don't know how many of you have ever been on a helicopter up in the air. Years ago, I arranged for a secret activity for my Boy Scouts, and I didn't tell them what they were going to do. And we went out to this Falcon Field at Macy's Airport, and then we told them that they were about to take a helicopter ride, and the boys on 3 chairs literally fell off the chairs onto the floor. But at the tail end, the last ride, there was 1 seat left, and the pilot asked if I wanted to go. I had never been on it, so I had my first and last helicopter ride. It is, it's worth some money. Of course, I didn't have to pay for that one, but it's quite something to have you take your first helicopter ride.
It's pretty amazing. Have you been on a helicopter?
No, not until the 21st.
You'll love it. I have people get off up there and say, okay, that was worth it, I'm done. I don't even need to go into the mine. Because once you're up there, you can see forever. I swear you can see to California. You can see everything up there. It's amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
Where are you from, California?
I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area. Yeah.
I live in Stockton and Pinole.
Yeah. Yeah. San Francisco, Marin County. Spoiled brat. I was. No, I wasn't. I was not. So flyers here. This is for the mine tours. So there's a tiny bit of a golden ticket because the prices have gone up since last year when I talked to Dan, and he mentioned $500. So if you want to book a ticket, let me know when you call, and I'll give it to you for $500. There's 600 now.
Oh, so I squeezed in too.
I'll give it to the club for $500. Golden ticket.
You done?
Yeah. We're done.
This is from the club.
Aw, that's sweet. Oh, you didn't have to do that. I loved it. It was fun. So help yourselves to this, not this. This is for sale. This piece is for sale, but help yourselves to this. What's the price on the piece? This piece is $18,000.
Oh.
Wow. Right? No problem. I'll get you another one when I go up next week. Yeah.
Quick question, your hours on your store?
10 to 5.
Every
7
day?
days a week. Yeah. 7 days a week. 365.
Is it up there?
The store? No. Thank God. Yeah. Then we really wouldn't be making any money. No, it's where the aquarium is. Odyssey it used to be Odyssey in the desert. It's now the Odyssey Boardwalk. So it's right across from the aquarium on the ground floor. We have all kinds of fun things. Break open geodes for the kids, all kinds of stuff.
Do you have one that's open up there? A geode sticking out of the yard?
A what?
In the area of the aquarium, they got all these different rocks there.
Yeah, that's me. That's where I am. Yeah, yeah. You've been in the store, haven't you?
I don't know.
No, yeah, we have, in front of the store, we have big labradorite and quartz crystals and stuff on spinners. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, 7 years. Oh, I don't think so. No, I'll get out of the way.
I'm going.
Sure.
We got just a couple things to talk about. First off, in November. Go.
The boss is talking still.
In November, we got elections coming up at the next general meeting. So if you know anybody that wants to run for vice president job is open, and treasurer, trustee's job is open. But if you know somebody that wants to run, you gotta let John, the treasurer, know, because he's on the.
He's gonna hide in the bathroom.
Yeah, when he gets on.
Someone sent me an email at AJR&GC treasurer@gmail.com.
Can't run for president, whatever.
And just check with whoever you're nominating as to whether or not they actually want the job. And this is going on YouTube.
Yeah, it is.
But you can nominate somebody up to a week before the next board meeting, and then general meeting. if you wanna nominate somebody. So, we got a special guest here today, Mr. Ken Perkins. Will you introduce the special guest?
I kind of traveled around a couple of times so far this year, and I was fortunate enough to come through Tennessee, and we just happened to have a club friend that was living there, and just happened that I was coming through, and I we loaded up a U-Haul trailer and brought her back home to AJ. This is Katie, former president of this club. She was gone for about 4 years, and now she's back home.
I was president when we got this building. I remember being here and this little old man climbing the ladder, scraping the paint off the window.
So anyway, get to know Katie. She's a good people.
Awesome,
Any comments or questions, or anybody got any questions?
Is there a financial report?
So currently in the checking account, there's $2,213.15. In the savings, there's currently $25,666.41 for a total of $27,879.56.
And at one time, the club wanted to keep $50,000 in savings. We thought, it's 50,000 just sitting there. So we dropped it down to 25,000. We won't go below 25,000. But when we got this new equipment here, the new equipment in the sawroom, we won't have to spend a penny for.
Hopefully 4 or 5 years, and we got pre-inflation prices on most of it.
And all this stuff is paid for, and so we wanted to get stuff brand new, because the stuff we had was kept kind of breaking down, and the mechanic we had was kind of throwing stuff at us.
I was thinking about it.
The stuff, it was just plain wearing out, everything, so that's why we got all brand new stuff, and hopefully we can keep it for a good 5 to 10 years, not spend much money just for minor repairs. The savings from it's just minor repairs, probably.
So is there any specific questions beyond what's in the bank account?
Hey, John, any questions?
All right.
Any questions on anything? Okay, we're good. No question? Okay, we're gonna do the get somebody. You, young lady. Sue.
I'm gonna be Vanna White. Pick a number. In here?
Yeah. Oh, wait. You go.
One what?
Now, just read the last three.
The last 3 digits are 078. 078.
Pink.
Pink. Bingo. Another one? Okay. Oh, 12? 166. Pink, 166.
166.
We should give them a certificate.
Yeah. Got it? Yep. 229.
Watch out for this guy.
Hey, Ross. Oh, 3 beers?
Grab me one.
Yeah. Sure. Here, talk to them. Once they call, just put them. Okay, the next number is 229.
There you go. Don't lose it.
229. Anybody have 229? $229. 083. You got 229. Oh no. Next number is 083. Anybody have 083? Got it? Okay, 126.
You saw it for 6 months.
Anybody have 126?
What? What?